I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? Do you know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show, and let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine, but 3 hours is too much. Oh, and keep the actors out of the audience. God, I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story, and a few good tunes that will take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Oh, amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what if George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be, sitting there in darkened theaters, you knew that when the show began, you'd be taken to another world. A world of color and music and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello, how are we today? I'm feeling a little blue myself, you know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I like to call blue. Now, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records. Yes, records. And I thought, why not put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man? I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I said, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s when the champagne flowed and the caviar chilled and all of the world was a party. For the wealthy, anyway. So, I dug about, and what did I find? For one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Oh, you know, music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's the 2-record set, remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full show with the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Oh, isn't she elegant? And this is a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Oh, let me read you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Oh, of course the phrase gay wedding has a different meaning now, but back then it just meant fun. And that's just what the show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? Oh, I was hoping you would say yes. Oh, you hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. Now, imagine, visualize, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Morosco Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold, and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky. But you don't care, because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. They're out of style now. I miss them. They were the show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's just what an overture is, a musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Oh, something new. What could it be? A dance tune? A kind of rollicking? Maybe involving pirates? Don't worry, there are no pirates. Now this is it. This is the moment when the music starts to build and you know you're only seconds away from being transported. Oh, the curtain is going up. I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, Mrs. Tottendale.
I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Would someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes, your dress, your fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will dong. Wedding bells will ding-a-ling and we will ding along. Wedding guests have come.
Wedding guests are here.
Wedding guests are at the door and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet. That's Star of Feldix Follies, whom I love a lot.
I'm George, that's George, his best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Tottendale. Now don't worry, I got this whole wedding planned out. The key is organization, see? Each string on my finger represents a task yet to be completed. Yell at the musicians, book the florist, and book the minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm Feldig, producer. I lost my leading lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not worth squat.
I'm Kitty, just Kitty. I came with Mr. Feldig. I'll be his leading lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs. We're pastry chefs. We cross our hearts. We're pastry chefs. No fakery. A bakery is what we got. Aldolfo, my name it is Aldolfo. I am the king of romance, so I kiss a lot. You are the king of romance, so you kiss a lot.
Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet Vanderbilt and when will she appear? It's Janet Vanderbilt.
I'm Janet Vanderbilt, here to marry Robert Morton, giving up a life of glamour to tie a knot. Grab my legs. I'm a chaperone of Janet Vanderbilt, made of honor, friend and confidant, and all that runs. Where's the bar?
A wedding, hooray!
It's prohibition, madam.
A wedding, how gay!
I think I brought my own.
A wedding today!
Champagne makes me drowsy.
It's really happening, it's truly happening, all that's happening, what is happening?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix of the sky. I circle through the stratus in my modern apparatus. I'm Trix, the aviatrix. I've gotta fly. I'll see you when they tie the knot.
A
scenario, and an aviatrix. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more do you need for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, so I'll lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be difficult to follow. So we begin with a welcome from the love-struck groom.
Well, I just wanted to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Whoever thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career on the stage for me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Oh, here, here.
To Miss Janet Vandegraff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not.
Excuse me?
The groom mustn't see the bride on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck.
I hope you heard that, because that's the plot. Basically, hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room.
Say, it's a little early to be drinking, isn't it?
I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
Look, you keep Janet away from Robert. You're the chaperone. That's your only job.
Aye, aye, mon capitan.
Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I'm your little monkey.
So, the bride and the groom are whisked away, and we turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Faucic?
Getting married and leaving the show business?
Mr. Faucic?
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Faucic, I can be a leading lady. You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, too. Last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Feltzig were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but in the end, she does something clever and makes you wonder whether it's all just an act. The ironic thing here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently, but still, she had a wonderful career on stage, and back then, theater was the only place where stupid people could earn a decent living. This was before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
Ah, a petite form, Mr. Feldzig.
Oh, not now.
Or perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then maybe we can give you some else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand before you here in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual
Certain individual?
a certain individual.
who also happens to be the largest investor in Feldzig's follies. He sent us here
As pastry chefs,
to express his concern about Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials.
specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
no, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
You ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty, boys, you can tell your boss that this wedding is never going to happen. You have my word.
Well, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, hope we've made ourselves perfectly eclair.
One can only hope.
You biscotta be kidding me.
A truffle much?
Don't talk with me.
Okay, you could drop the pastry chef routine now.
Alas, we ganache.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb's an entree, you macaron.
Now, the gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall Brothers, John and Peter Tall. Yes, they're brothers. Now, they were born Abram and Mindel Masloskowitz, but were later renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were an early example of typical Broadway gangsters, full of wordplay and stylized movements, not very intimidating. Unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate to the situation.
In the meantime, Mr. Feldzig, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise.
It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Feldzig, they're gangsters!
Oh, very perceptive, Kitty. Now go powder your face. I've got to stop this wedding. But how? Lord in heaven, how?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. Now, with the story well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
Now, the groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the Albright toothpaste man. His smile adorned every tube. Now, Albright was hugely popular in the 1920s because it contained cocaine. No, it's true. It was the fifth ingredient down, right after sugar. But it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
Now, don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course.
Oh, I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say that he was a bad actor, but to those people I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something may be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet can be uncontrolled feet. Rhythm make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty orchards, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can jive. Wedding marches laid in ragtime swing make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, small feet, turn them into bold feet. Rhythm make them cold feet. Ha!
You don't say. Well, why don't you slime back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Well, now I have to find another minister. Say, what are you up to?
Oh, just singing a song. A Dixie remedy for wedding day jitters.
You think you've got the jitters, you've got the easy part. I have the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
Well, George, it sounds like you've got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Cold feet.
What do I do? Scold feet?
No! You make the cold feet hot.
Thank you.
Five, 6, 7, 8. Cold feet. Cold feet. Turn them into bold
feet hot. You make the cold feet hot. You make the cold feet hot.
You make the cold feet hot.
I think it was, I don't know, but
Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. No, he's still alive, you know. I saw him on the news recently, celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the years had taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. Well, they wheeled him out, and he had that pained, wide-eyed expression that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. Oh, you know the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is the cake on fire?" Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyway.
Well, that's enough of that dancing around like a fool.
I'm sorry, George. I was just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day, after all.
Yes, but tap dancing's too dangerous. You could have snapped an ankle. Wait, I got it. Why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's what I like to do when I want to blow off some steam.
Oh, George, you think of everything.
Wait a minute. No. You can't go out there looking like that. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
Oh, George, what would I do without you?
Just looking out for you, my boy. And remember, no tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring.
Just ignore it. It'll stop soon.
Wedding bells will chime.
It does that occasionally. It rings. It'll stop.
Wedding bells will celebrate.
What is it? What do you want? What is it? Hello. You've reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience. Oh, well, that's it. The moment's ruined. God, I hate that. It's like a cell phone going off in a theater. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Oh, I'm at the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't make it out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy time.
So, the scene shifts and we find the bride, the glamorous Janet Van de Graaff, entertaining questions from reporters as she lounges by the pool.
Miss Van de Graaff, is it true that you're giving up a successful career for a life on the stage?
Yes. Robert and I met on the Lido deck, the Ile-de-France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interest. We spooned, briefly, and then he proposed.
So, will you be returning to the stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we quote you on that?
Yes, of course. One more question? Yes.
Yes. Why would anybody put olives in a Gibson?
Hey, I got a question. How can you give up the footlights when you know very well you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, I am begging you. Dump the mug. Stay with the Follies. I'll give you anything you want. Oh, fine. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee, huh?
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss Miss no more. Below my signature no more. I don't want to show off.
Janet, please.
Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind. And that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman hoot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more.
Not me.
Read her name in the news no more.
Page 3.
In the glowing reviews no more.
Ah, gee, I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more. Off no more.
Not me. Whee! I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off. Show off. Don't want to show off no more.
Please, no more attention. I counted to 10. And I'm through.
Farewell.
Adieu.
Then swell.
You'll never see this. Woo. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. I don't want to change keys no more. I don't want to strip tease no more. I don't want to say cheese no more. I don't care if you scoff. I don't want to be cheered no more. Raised no more. Grabbed no more. Touched no more. Loved no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off. No more.
Did I miss something?
Mr. Feldzig, it is painfully obvious that Miss Vandegraff has no desire to continue life on the stage.
Can't you see it's destroying her soul?
Don't worry, boys, this isn't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't even do an encore.
I don't wanna encore no more. Keep on shouting for more, no more. Make the audience roar, no more. I don't wanna show off.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl, remember? Oh, surely you remember the Oops girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that it caused the men around her to have accidents. Oh, you know, spill their drinks, drive their cars into trees, and she would go, oops. Well, I'm sure I'm not doing it justice, but people just ate it up. And she made a whole series of films, Oops, the Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay, so begging and groveling didn't work. On to plan B. And for that, I'm gonna need an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need a, what do you call him? A European.
La 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 la.
In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Now, Aldolfo was played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice, remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time he had already been partially consumed by his poodles. What? He was only partially consumed?
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
I am Aldolfo.
Wait, you are Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Aldolfo.
No, not the Aldolfo.
Yes, I am Aldolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes, I... What?
Like just now, I overheard the groom saying Aldolfo's a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
What? Aldolfo a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Aldolfo is a scoundrel.
It's like I'm hearing it again.
Oh, this is outrageous. He's saying this to people. The beautiful ladies were serenading. Why, I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into my own hands and kill him.
Yes. No, don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so he can't get married.
Ah, yes. Show me to this groom.
Okay.
Wait.
What?
What kind of man is this groom? A big man?
Well...
A burly fellow!
He's kind of big on the outside,
No. Adolfo does not fight the big man, only small, pale, wheezy little dwarf people that Adolfo can punt far away. But no big man.
So I assume you're a lover, not a fighter.
Ah, yes. Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some call him the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. Best way to get back at a man is through his...
door.
No, get back at a man through his...
window.
No, revenge back at a man through his...
No other way. I'm not Santa Claus coming down chimney.
Through his woman.
Ah, his woman.
Yes, Aldolfo, you must seduce his woman.
His woman.
His bride.
Yes, Aldolfo will seduce the bride. This will show people Aldolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait.
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
No, she's the cat's pajamas.
Pajamas?
She's a looker, she's an attractive woman.
Oh, a cat in pajamas. Aldolfo will make a purr.
Stop it, please.
Like a cat in pajamas?
Roman Bartelli chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature, contemporary audiences are much too sophisticated to enjoy broad racial stereotypes on the stage. So we banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Underling?
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we'll have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is the prohibition after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
Oh, we get to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, they really want a glass of vodka. Do you understand?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice?
Vodka.
Oh, well, see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Underling, might I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would just really enjoy a glass of refreshing ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
Ice water, madam?
Yes, ice water! Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was actually quite progressive. A black actress playing the aviatrix, for instance.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
Yes, some elements were quite progressive and others were stale in 1928. You know what? I'm just going to skip ahead.
That poop! Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice? For heaven's sakes, why?
I'm gonna wring out my eyebrow and make myself a grimlet.
Now, you're probably wondering what that routine was doing in the show. Well, it's very simple. There's a scene coming up, and they needed something to allow for the set change. It's mechanics.
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now, this is a really interesting scene. This is the only time that Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone together on stage. Now, Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I suppose that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I choose to drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm gonna serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you two. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was known for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired troops in every major world conflict, up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. But still, she demanded that a rousing anthem be in every show she ever did, and you just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, but if you...
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinths, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
Well, that was quite inspiring, Chaperone. I just don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Oh, let me help you understand.
Oh, you don't really need to. I guess I'm just looking...
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents. Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica, oh, please.
Still, you mustn't let it lick you. This planet, oh, so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble along, cross life's crowded dance floors, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeam, barely knowing right from right, nor left from wrong. But as long as we can hear that little bluebird, there'll be a song as we stumble along, as we stumble, bumble, fumble, plumble, as we stumble
You just love her. Basically, she sings a rousing anthem about alcoholism. But that's what I love about her. She just does her own thing when she wants, regardless of the needs and concerns of others. My mother was like that.
Well, that was quite nice, Chaperone. But I'm still conflicted. Oh, please just tell me, is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
I just don't know if he loves me.
Well, why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert, and I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
Oh, and you're right. I take that responsibility very seriously. However, I'm just this moment feeling terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take a lie-dee down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la!
In walks Adolfo.
I am Adolfo.
Try not to think of the poodles while you're watching this part.
I am Adolfo, and you are Bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is Bridal Suite, and you are the only one here. Therefore, you are Bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no, Bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Ah, yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaff Bride, I must make you fall in love with me and transport you to a place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Adolfo, King of romance.
Well, you found me out. You looked my ruse.
Ah, so you are the bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me, Adolphe.
Oh, no, 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 no. Not Adolphe. Adolfo. You must remember my name. How can I make you remember? Ha! I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo. A ladies' man who wins acclaim, Adolfo. Well, lovely miss, I am the same Adolfo. I introduce myself. I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast. Now, just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always cheer Adolfo when I repeat myself. I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, Adolfo. I can sing it low, Adolfo. I can sing it fast, Adolfo. I can sing it slowly. I do it now, but it'll take hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
So who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it that'll always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for you. For all you lovely ladies out there who did not hear me for some reason. Maybe you're hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes. Do, ho, ho, ho. I am Adolfo! Adolfo!
That was my mother's favorite number. Now, I think it was her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's what musicals are all about, right? Romantic fantasy, falling in love at the drop of a hat, spontaneous tangoing, suddenly finding yourself in an extremely romantic setting.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. La da 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 da.
Roberts, look out!
Don't worry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold?
I'm sorry, who am I talking to, anyhow?
Why, Robert, it's me. I mean, Mimi. Mimi from France.
This scene couldn't be more ridiculous.
So you are marrying Janet Van de Graaff, no?
Oui.
I hear she is very beautiful.
Oui.
And glamorous.
Oui, oui.
And is it true she has an exceptionally broad range that excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
Oh, the middle part, where they make the toast. So you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English? Fiancé?
That's right.
Well, tell me then, when was the moment you knew she was the only one for you?
It's an interesting story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Isle de France.
Yes?
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. Oh. And then you fell?
Yes, right on my keister. And I said, well, I guess I haven't got my sea legs yet.
But we hadn't even left the dock.
Well, that's what she said. And that's when I knew it was love.
And then what happened?
Well, then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, a three-legged chair, a hem that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
Well, she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. On the rags in the cellar.
A broken umbrella.
A branch
that
hanging
hangs
loose from
a
a tree.
I can see myself jumping and clapping for a man who lives dangerously.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
Well, we kissed.
You're
an accident waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to me.
Wait a minute. You kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day.
Oh no. What have I done? Wait! Wait!
Oh, it seems that the French accent and the blindfold have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess! Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's not real, it's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. But nothing ever works out in the real world. And the only people that break out into song and dance are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Falsick!
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Falsick!
How long can it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Falsick! You don't need Janet no more.
Kitty, not now.
I've been working on a mind-reading act. Presenting... Kitty, the incomprehensible. Now, think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something, all right.
Pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread, and don't forget to shave your legs.
You're reading your own mind, you idiot.
Oh, no wonder it was so easy.
It would seem that the wedding's proceeding according to schedule.
And now it's time you received your just desserts. What do you say, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Feldzig?
Yeah, how about a Toledo surprise?
An inspired choice.
The Toledo surprise? I've never heard of that.
And those who have heard of it are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow.
And then you got your Toledo
surprise!
Could you run that by me again?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feldzick.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got your Toledo surprise!
Well, hold it. What style? What grace here? What rhythm? Open your fists now. Shake them. Now give me that recipe one more time. Da 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 da. Go.
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise.
Now sell it.
Hit the peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. That's the tasty Toledo surprise.
Now you're cooking.
First you beat it up,
then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it, folks, whip your whites, split your yolks, then you got a Splendido Toledo surprise.
You boys are naturals. Keep it up. A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, Mr. Bouncing! What's going on here?
Well, Kitty, I'm developing a new
Toledo surprise.
You mean you're putting gangsters in the show and you won't put me in? They're not even in the union!
Shh, you got it all wrong. The new act, it's for you, Kitty. And these boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cat! Why, that hot Toledo dies to my libido. Good? Yes, indeed. Sugary yum yum. Surprise! Squeeze the cream, grease the pan, lick the spoon, flick the flan. Makes you bust your tuxedo. Toledo surprise!
Wait! How doubtful he make an announcement. Wedding is off.
What? For the love of God, why?
How doubtful has seduced the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off.
What?
Robert kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you, only French.
Sweet mother of pearl.
Underling,
Yes, madam.
what is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Well, not anymore. What a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Clear the floor, boys. I'll show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it.
Oh, Mr. Bouncing!
Toledo surprise.
Surprise?
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise?
Wait till it's ready.
Surprise?
Wait until it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Surprise!
You got it.
Makes me twitch, makes me shake. This dessert takes the cake, hits me like a torpedo. Toledo surprise!
Toledo surprise.
Toledo surprise.
Surprise!
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 Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise. Then you got a Toledo, 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 then you got a Toledo surprise. Wait till it's ready to rise. Wait till it's ready to rise. That's a tasty Toledo surprise!
Why are we dancing? Our dreams are in tatters.
Yes! But the tune is so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life. Wedding bells won't ring. Wedding bells won't chime. They will never celebrate the happy wedding time.
So that's that. The curtain falls and it's time for the intermission. At least it would be if we were actually sitting in the Morosco Theater watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which of course we are not. I don't like intermissions. They ruin the magic, you know. One moment you're lost in a world of music and romance, then bang, you're surrounded by tourists, crinkling candy wrappers and nattering about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. It's a power bar. I have a bit of a blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals all day or else I get jittery. I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative. Believe you me. Believe you me. I remember my wedding day. The ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon, and I didn't eat breakfast. I do. Are you surprised I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people, now should you? I'm a very complicated person. I have to pee now. I'll be quick, I promise. And while I'm gone, you can listen to the beginning of Act 2.
Emperor and American really no see eye to eye.
But, Emperor, sometimes a different outlook can change your point of view.
Right?
Precisely. What is it about the Asians that fascinates Caucasians? What is it about the Asians that's so nice? Is it the wontons, the egg rolls, the rice? Perhaps it's Buddha or Confucius and their excellent advice.
Why, is it about Caucasians that mystifies us Asians? Why, is it about Caucasians that show off? They call her pretty lady abroad. They have hair upon their chest, and they only have one God. Impossible! Whoa. Sorry! That's all you've done with the Chaperone!
That's from another musical entirely. I have a woman who comes in once a month. Can you say that? I have a woman? Anyway. She's very good, but she cleans the things that I absolutely refuse to clean and has this awful habit of putting my records away and in the wrong sleeves. Even though I say, no touch records, Carmela, no touch records. I suppose if I spoke to her in complete sentences, she'd stop touching my records. No, that began Act 2 of another Gable and Stein show called The Enchanted Nightingale. A degrading piece of chinoiserie about how an emperor is told by a magic bird to marry his American elocutionist instead of his betrothed. And he ends up building the Great Wall of China. A slap in the face to 4,000 years of Chinese history. But it had some wonderful tunes. And did you recognize Beatrice Stockwell as American Rady and Roman Bartelli as the emperor? Yes, he was a man of 1,000 accents. All of them insulting. No. Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. Now, she sings it standing on the balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're watching this, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it will be difficult, but block them out. They're not the best. But the tune is beautiful, and it truly communicates the bride's state of mind. Just ignore the lyrics.
I put a monkey on a pedestal and tried to make that monkey stay. And he did for a time, but he needed to climb and with other monkeys play far away. He left his jacket on that pedestal beside his tiny rusty cup. And I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey, do.
The melody is so simple, it just floats in the air. And I must confess, I always get a little bit misty when I think of that jacket lying on the pedestal. Its long sleeves dangling on the floor.
Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey, do.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Wait.
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandegraff.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one man?
What do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy?
No, no, no!
I could rule the world if so I chose. Sigmund Freud sends flowers to me every show. Gertrude Stein handed me a rose.
Now she really lets go.
I'm Janet Vandegraff. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up a life of glamour? Life of glamour, life of glamour. No!
Monkey, monkey, oh, I love this part.
Monkey!
Oh, it's a complete mental breakdown.
Monkey, monkey, monkey.
I'm an accident waiting to
Monkey, monkey, monkey.
I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't, I do, I don't, I do. I don't wanna show. And I think shorten, future is secure, millions will do just fine. Any future I could ever care to shape include just 1-2 timing cad who drives me. Oh, Robert, what a fool I've been. Half this fool. And I know now that I love you. But I've thrown it all away. I love you, monkey. But is love enough? Is love ever enough? I ask
Monkey, monkey.
the stars
Monkey, monkey.
above. Is it the monkey or my pedestal?
Oh, I love that number. Remember, it's got a little bit of everything. A little Busby Berkeley, a little Jane Goodall. And that's another thing I love about musical theater in general. When a character's in crisis, they sing and they dance, which is so much more interesting than just whining about it. But I suppose that's the glory of musical theater. Oh, you see, this is what I'm talking about. You manage to be up here for 5 seconds and then something starts ringing.
What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Should I have the pews removed now? Or do you prefer I wait until morning?
Okay, I'm going to stop it here because I don't want this number ruined by a ringing telephone. Here we have 2 vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. They're Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil played the ukulele, although she doesn't in this show. Actually, I tried to find out more about her. I went through all my books, and I even tried the internet, but all my searches ended with Tiny Tim's autopsy photographs. But still, they're both charming.
Why on earth would you have the pews removed?
The bride is called the wedding, madam.
Oh, underling. Never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion, underling.
Yes, madam.
1 minute you can be so close to someone, and why the next you just want to strangle them. Don't you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle, madam.
Now see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo loved Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, madam.
Oh, I never read the reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy day for Hank the Eight and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, Anne Boleyn lost her head.
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam.
Here we go again.
And Samson and Delilah, too.
Good grief. May I pose a question, madam?
Why, yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do. Love is always lovely in the end.
Oh, I found that quite taxing. Excuse me, madam, while I pour myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above, but love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me, and my true love, love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly coot. Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that was charming, but to be frank, that number ticks me off. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. I suppose what I'm just trying to say is that number is naive, and irresponsibly so. Sorry, I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, there's a moment coming up that I've become obsessed with.
Oh, there you are, Chaperone. I'm in a terrible state.
You certainly are. You can't go to a wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear, haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Oh, not your wedding, mine. Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married, but to whom?
La 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 la. Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Aldolfo?
I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes. I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love.
Help me! All right, there you are. Look, I got a weak heart, can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker's gonna give out. Please tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Oh, thank the good Lord in heaven.
I'll telephone the chaperone are getting married.
What?
Oh, there you are. I have wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you? I did. But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tottendale and I are to be married at the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
What? Oh, yes. Congratulations to everyone.
What kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everyone's getting married except for the bride and the groom.
Janet, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Oh, please don't be that way. Janet, can't you find it in your heart to marry me? It's our wedding day. George has gone through all this trouble. And I really do love you. More than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, and I just can't understand it. Oh, Janet, I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, why, it was just like I was kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
Wait, you're Mimi. Well, that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Why, thank you. I developed and I played the role of Monique in Hold That Baguette.
There you are. Before you do anything, think about this, okay? No matter how well you can play the part of the happy wife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused. Chaperone, please, I beg you. Just this one time, give me some advice that is both appropriate and coherent to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
Well, this is it. This is the moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has fascinated me more than any other and has brought me back to this record again and again. Here it comes.
My advice to you is...
And this is it, listen.
Look while you can.
You see, you can't quite make out what she says because someone drops a cane. Here, I'll play it for you again.
Look while you can.
Is she saying live while you can or leave while you can?
Look while you can.
Now, it is Beatrice Stockwell, so it could just be a cynical quip, but this is a wedding after all, and that's exactly what you're thinking when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live because you do love her in some way. It's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't come down out of the sky and point to the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say it to someone. You say, I love you. And you basically phrase it as a question, but they accept it as fact. And then there she is, standing in front of you in a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes, and her nephew made the hoopah. So what do? Do you say I was kidding? I was joking? No, you can't. You live, right? You choose to live. And for a couple months, you stare at that alien form in bed beside you, and you say to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day you say it out loud. And then it's trial separation and couples counseling, and you're constantly redefining and reevaluating, revisiting before you finally lose the deposit on the house. And the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note when your own copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and smashing against the living room wall. But in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
While you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Why, thank you, Chaperone. You certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes, I will marry you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, Mr. Felty, looks like this wedding is a done deal.
Ooh, now you're in trouble.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
But you see, there is. I found a replacement, a new leading lady, presenting Kitty, the Incredible. Now, Kitty, show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Holy cats, Mr. Felty! Yes, yes!
Isn't she amazing?
Well, what are we waiting for? Ladies, go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big clump. That's how they do it in Utah.
Well, George, I don't know how you managed to pull it off. 4 weddings in one day? Why, looks like you're everybody's best man now.
I am.
Yes, you are.
I am.
Hip, hip, hooray! He's George, the best man, George.
I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought.
He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding.
Minister, you may begin. Oh no, I forgot the minister.
George.
Who on earth are you?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix of the sky. To Rio I was wending when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix and then I'll fly and let you lovebirds tie the knot. So sorry to crash the party, folks, but we'll have this fixed in 2 shakes. And then it's off to Rio for carnival.
Wait, the captain of a ship can perform a marriage?
Yes. And a pilot's comparable to a captain?
Yes.
An airplane is a type of sheep. A sheep of the air. Some call it air sheep.
Oh, shit! Yes!
I got it. Trix. She can marry us on the plane and we'll all have the honeymoon in Rio.
Hooray!
A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye. But what a thrill when lovebirds trill. I do in the sky. When mouths are set in the meadow, the bees and daffodils sigh. But heart is crushed when sweethearts blush. I do in the sky. Do you? We do. Do you?
We do.
Do you?
We do.
Do you?
We do.
A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye. With rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering by, one can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do in the sky.
When mouths are sad in a meadow, the bees and daffodils sigh.
But heart beats flushed when sea hearts gush. I do in the sky. I do
in the sky. Look, up ahead. Do you see it?
Could it be? Yes, it's Rio. Well, hurry up, Trix. We've got some honeymooning to do.
Then fly, then fly. It's such a thrill in the first thrill. Let's fly. And clouds meandering by.
One can't restrain that sweet refrain.
I do. Up in the...
Oh, no! Oh, everybody stay calm. This happens occasionally. It's a horrible old department with terrible wiring. Just concentrate. Just keep the show alive in your minds. Hey, don't talk to anyone. Don't let yourselves be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody quiet.
It's the super!
Oh, God.
Hi.
Hello?
Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to shut the power off because we're replacing the breaker panels in the basement.
Yes.
So we did. But when we shut the power off, the breaker panels in all the apartments tripped.
Yes.
That's what happens. It's normal.
Yes.
So I gotta reset your breakers.
No.
It'll only take a second.
All right.
Because I tried calling earlier, but there was no answer.
Oh, I've been having a problem with the phone.
Huh. Ready? All right. Here we go. What was that?
It was a record.
What kind of music was that?
It was just music, you know, a show, a musical.
You like musicals?
No.
I love musicals. Me and the wife go all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Have you seen Miss Saigon? They landed a helicopter on the stage in that one. Yeah, I've seen them all. Cats, Les Mis, Saturday Night Fever. Although I like the movie better, you know?
Really? Well, goodbye. Well, that's it. The moment's ruined. One note from the end of the show, and it's broken. I should just start the record again from the beginning. No, I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand, I love this show so much, and I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was just before my father left us. Oh, he didn't leave because of the record, although I'm sure that didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit take scene is lame, and the monkey motif is labored, but none of that matters. It does what a show is supposed to do. It takes you to another world and gives you a few tunes to carry with you in your head. A little something to escape the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something for when you're feeling blue, you know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
I don't want to sing tunes no more.
Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime.
Toledo surprise. I am Adolfo.